Hey guys, what's up? My name's Theo. I play middle linebacker here for some Hurricanes. That is in the Netherlands, which is in Europe. I live east of the United States, across the pond, in a little tiny country, kind of due east of London. So if you find London on a map, and I know maps for the United States is very weird, but if you go due east and there's this little curve thing, yeah, Netherlands is in there. Currently eating lunch right now, so there's going to be a big jump as I go and get my meal that is cooking. And so yeah, how these videos go is I put out videos on every Monday and Friday. Friday is answering comments and giving news. There isn't as much news as I thought, and then I go out to practice. Mondays is variable. For the next year, we're going into game season, so that will be like either a Sunday or a Monday, depending on whether the Saturday night or Sunday afternoon is a game. So, but for right now, we have Sunday practices, and that's going until the end of this month, and then we're on December break. It's just the holiday breaks. It's really cold, it's really dark, and there's Sinterklaas at the first and Kerst at the end, so just general NID, and plus people like to go someplace where it's warm. Anyways, so yeah. I don't think there's much comment response to do that are football related. 6 days ago, was this high school football? No, it was semi-pro. Oh, okay. And then someone says, check me out, my name is insert NFL player here, and that's just, no. If an NFL player had an actual channel, they would have more than 3 subscribers. Also, currently, I'm recording in between construction, so if you hear any weird sounds coming into the camera, that's because there's renovation happening 2 floors up, and there's paving and sidewalk redoing up on the ground. So, and I'm in the middle. JR's Imagination Station on the away suit up says, what position does he play? Me. I just got sassy because it says in the comments multiple times, I played, well, in that video I was playing cornerback. But, I try to get people to think for themselves and read a description such as like where I got this helmet, or listen to the video such as where I got this helmet, or where I got these shoulder pads, or something. The longer I'm away from the United States, the more I realize people really have the not a thought behind those eyes when watching, and they just like, I'm confused, let me ask you a question. Because they weren't listening. I said I'm going to give it today to see if you got it answered by watching a recent football video or whatnot. And that video was a corner, but someone pointed out the poster that was in the background of that same video. Sorry girls, I like dudes. Yeah, I got that from Andrew Christian, which is a fashionable men's underwear shop. So most likely, but it is catered towards gay men. And the poster was pink and yellow. It says, sorry girls, I like dudes. Because whatever. But my sassy comment was like, that's a very astute. I really hope that somebody else in this comment section finds it just like you did. Because it's like the second most popular comment on that video. Derek Maldonado on Day in the Life. So the Halloween video. Love the stuff. Keep up the good work. Thanks. And, okay, so I'm going to check the AFBN to see if there's any last news on there. Was October 30th, October 13th, and gridiron.nl sometimes has some information. No news. No new news on there either. I saw some Instagram stuff. The BNL posted its schedule for like 4 Belgium teams and the Crusaders. Whether or not the Crew are still playing in our league, I don't know, but that's how that go. In terms of Panthers news, so yeah, that last game was not great, not at all. It was just like very low points, none, until the very end when Baker Mayfield came back in and scored a bunch of points in like the last half. We were like, oh my god, Baker Mayfield only scored enough points. Like, he only played like 3/4 of the second half. He didn't even play the first half, so give it up for that. So it's because PJ was just not doing it. The score was amenable. I will say that one. I don't like it because it was a loss, but it was definitely not a terrible score. It wasn't a complete, like, 35-0 or something. So, yeah, that's... The people, Panthers Twitter were putting out definite things involving, like, what's the playoff situation? Is this what's the chances that they can get to the playoffs? And I'm like, oh great, we've hit that time. Just like last week I did, because we had no Sunday practice. I did midway through the NFL, like week 9 of 18 or whatever. And so yeah. Anyway, so a bunch of the ELF teams are doing their signings. People are saying, no, I'm not going back to this season. No, I'm not going back to football. No, I'm not going back to that team. Some people are like, okay, I realize the ELF is not that great, and they're going back to their home teams. They're retiring from the ELF because they're like, this is bullshit. Sounds like my food's almost done. So if you want to go check out the various teams there on that site, that's perfectly fine to do. Yeah, there's really not much. Kind of, we're post football season in the States, and the NFL, I already did like a massive rundown. Like last Sunday, if we had a practice, I wouldn't have done it, and I would have done it today. But no. So there's not much NFL news other than the fact that we have a Thursday night football for the Panthers. All right. And in terms of like team news, I don't really have much because the Tuesday night meeting was a players meeting and done all in Dutch because the players are all but two. So, yeah, that was, and one of them is not going to necessarily admit that, yeah, I'm not having the greatest of mental times with trying to parse out multiple conversations in English, let alone a language that I'm still a little on. And it's a learning process, but I just could not handle players talking over each other and utilizing words that maybe I wasn't familiar with, and I didn't want to keep asking questions in the middle of the meeting, so I was just going to ask him tonight. Probably ask Hairskop or something, because he was in the meeting, and he will summarize it as best he can. But anyways, my food's done. I will catch you guys at practice. We'll probably try to record something directly after practice or what goes on. Yeah, so I can get whatnot. Just talk about stuff. Maybe record some practice because there was nothing here.